Well, joining us now is Linda Southern, who's the Silverline volunteer that speaks to Joseph each week, plus Sue Smith, who's also a volunteer and Susanna's mother, and Bob Lowe, who inspired Esther Ranson to set up the charity. Welcome to all of you.
It's great to see you. So, Piers is former school teacher, sitting on the sofa just a couple of moments ago. Now my mum is here.
Again.
And the reason, Mum, that you decided to act as a volunteer for Silverline was because of Bob.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely.
So what was it about Bob's story, like Joseph's story inspiring Linda, that got you inspired?
Well, I think it was seeing Bob on the sofa talking to you about Good Morning, about Silverline, and thinking, hang on a minute, I could do that. It's only 30 minutes a week. I can commit to 30 minutes a week. And if it really makes such a difference, as Bob had said, and as other people had said, yeah, so I phoned up Silverline that day, got the volunteering forms, filled them in, had the interview, had the training, very good training, and within 3 months I had my own Silverline friend.
And Bob, I mean, it's sort of a bit like Susanna, you know, interrupting all the time, a bit bossy, putting you in your place.
Esther?
No!
No, because Mum doesn't phone Bob. Mum was inspired by Bob.
This is my first meeting with Bob. It's lovely
you've
to
never
meet
met
him.
Bob, okay.
No.
Well, this is how lovely for you
It
to
is
finally
lovely.
meet
It is.
after.
It's brilliant.
Oh, that's lovely.
That was nice. Made
Bob,
my
do you
day.
recognise what Joseph was talking about in that report? That loneliness, especially after you've lost your life partner, and the fact that you don't have anyone to do things with. You don't have anyone to do anything, or nothing, indeed, with.
That is one of the bugbears of loneliness. I call it a mass of grey when you walk into the house. It surrounds you. In a situation like this, lonely? What are you talking about? I'm not lonely.
Yeah.
So I stepped out and I volunteered to do things. So I volunteered to be a newsreader and a studio director for the blind, and we read the news. And that's down in New Milton. I also volunteer to distribute things. I appreciate that lots of people who are lonely, it is completely, they are unable to get outside. And that is when the loneliness is really tough. What I'd like to play on just very, very quickly for a moment are computers. Why don't they make a simple computer for people? I know lots of ladies, lonely ladies, who said, I wish I could work the computer. Yeah. And I say, well, come and have a look at this.
You know what? It's a really good idea, actually. Yeah. You mean like a really easy-to-use thing?
A simple computer. Send and receive emails, search the web.
Skype and stuff like that.
That's all you need.
That's a great idea. Linda, you are the person who phones Joseph, who we saw in our report.
Yeah.
Now, it's actually a short period of time, so only once a week, but it's so valuable to him and to you.
Yeah, it is. It's a two-way thing. It's when I volunteered, I thought, you know, oh, I'm going to be doing something good. I'll volunteer and, you know, give a little bit back.
Yeah.
But actually, I get far more back from talking to Joseph than when I started. It's
What do you get back from him?
well, it's a one call a week. But actually, he actually gets under your skin, he invades your life. So all the week you think, oh, that's funny, I'll tell Joseph that. Or, oh, he's got the hospital today, I wonder how he's getting on. It's kind of, it becomes personal and it becomes part of you. But it's not onerous in that I don't have to think, I don't feel responsible for him.
And you
which is
enjoy the
different.
experience?
I do really enjoy it, yeah. It's like, you know, when normally you're making a phone call, you're picking up the washing up, you're doing something else, aren't you? And you're thinking, oh, I've got to sort that out. But with that call, it's you put the time aside, you're separate. It's quality time, which you don't get, do you?
And Mum, you had a lovely lady that you called, didn't you? But then one day you called and...
Yes, I mean, I was calling her for over a year, same time every week, and it was wonderful because I learned about things during the Second World War, you know, when I was just a baby and she had been in the RAF. It was wonderful. I learnt, like Linda said, you get so much back from it. Yes, unfortunately, when I called after a year, I hadn't had it the week before, and actually I think her daughter answered the phone and told me that sadly she had passed away. I mean, she was in her 90s. And it does get under your skin, and, you know, and you do feel a sort of loss. But at that point, the Silverline asked me to go into the office one day a week to make the sort of connecting calls when people were waiting to be matched with a friend.
And there are still so many people still needing to be matched.
Exactly.
We've got 1,000 people waiting for a Silverline friend.
Well, get involved if you're watching. It's
Yes.
amazing what you guys do. Great to see you, Bob. But if you've got time and you fancy getting involved in this, you will get as much out of it as the person you're talking to.
Yeah, thank you all so much. And you can get details on our website, itv.com/GMB. We'd love you to pledge anything from 30 minutes to 2 hours of your time. It's all for our 1 million minutes campaign. You just need to click on the button to make your pledge and then contact one of the charities, Silverline or Age UK or the Royal Voluntary Service, to express your interest in volunteering. Up to 38 million minutes at last count. Brilliant stuff.
Thank you all for coming in.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to
Can I
see
just
you.
say, you could be any age, you don't have to be old to do it, because young people can do it in their lunch hours from
Right,
work. You
very
can do
good
it any
point.
time for Silverline.
Very,
Get in
very
touch.
good point.
One other point, make a diary. If you can just sit down and write about your past life,
Yeah.
because always somebody will want to read it, as I've done.
Well, I've
there.
written 4
have,
volumes of
that's
diaries,
right.
Bob, so I'm absolutely with you there.
Yeah.
Diaries make the world go
And
round.
Bob, you have written a book about your life, and well, it's obviously fascinating reading. Look, school years. We've
School
talked
years.
about your
Love it.
school
Great
years.
to meet you, Bob.
Brilliant.
Lovely to see you again. So
Pleasure.
you've been very nice to me today. I
Yeah.
must be doing something right finally.